Just a real quick reminder, guys, before we get this video started, that we will be in Florida this weekend at Emerald Coast Dragway for the first ODSS race of this season. Again, this weekend, we'll be in the pits, we'll be set up, come out, come say hello, come support the industry, and we'll see you guys there. Welcome back to another video. So this has been a long time coming. What are you?
Sorry.
Alrighty then. All right, so as you can see, we are in the home garage, AKA the clean room, AKA where we're going to assemble my Pro Street engine, also known as Pro Mod Storage Land. So that's where we're at. Today is going to kind of be the first night that we're going to go over some of the engine parts and assembly for the Pro Street truck. So a little bit of an explanation here on some of this stuff, because it's been over the course of, man, I don't even, Michael, how long? Like at least a year, So back when we were still building and planning for the Pro Mod for this season, obviously you guys know we switched to Pro Street this year and have that other truck. That's the truck that we're gonna be racing. We still have the Pro Mod, it's still over here. It's just in storage until we start working on that again. But anyway, this engine that we are assembling has been purchased and was planning for the Pro Mod. So we do have a billet engine. Again, it was a very weight conscious choice for the Pro Mod to be as light as possible. We kind of decided to put it in the Pro Street truck to kind of test it out, make sure it's good, and kind of test some of the parts, and it was overall gonna really help the Pro Street truck and further advance that as well. So we decided, hey, why not? We're just gonna put the billet engine in the Pro Street truck. So just so you guys have that in the back of your mind. But without further ado, here we go. Here's the billet engine. So again, this block was purchased quite a while ago. There's obviously some other options on the market now. And obviously once we start working on this thing, who knows what that thing is going to get. But anyway, this is what we are going to be running in the Pro Street truck. It is actually a LSM block, billet aluminum. So that's kind of like the base that we're starting with. It's actually a little bit of a big bore. Not really going to get into a ton of specific details and bore you guys to death, but here she is in all of her glory. I'm going to be running a crank, a lightened crank over here from, how do you pronounce the last name? Don't want to, LeBear. Our boy JP out in California. This is actually, I don't know, like what, he's got a different crank, but he had this one, we have this one now. Anyway, it's from JP. It is lightweight, has been lightened. So we're gonna be running this bad boy. We're just gonna run through some of the parts now. This gasket set was from our good buddies at Scheid. Over here, we have got hooked up with the guys at Carrillo. This is some of their latest and greatest rod and piston choice. So here's the pistons, here are the rods. Huge shout out to them for helping us with all of this stuff. This is just some miscellaneous things that we're gonna be running. Looks like a pretty funny fuel line to be running. That's the fuel lines that we're gonna be running. So rods and pistons from Carrillo. This is actually a complete roller engine. So roller cam, here's the cam, solid steel cam.
Yep.
Yay, nay?
Hamilton.
Oh, this is Hamilton. Hamilton cams. So nice, very nice. So we're waiting on some ARP studs because this engine is running some big 14mm studs, and because of something I'll explain to you in a little bit, we need a pretty custom length. But our good friends over at Stainless Diesel just so happened to have these laying around from one of their engines. So huge thank you to them, because without them we would still be waiting on head studs. So here's some more miscellaneous hardware, and then over here on this table we have yet another huge sexy chunk of billet aluminum. This is actually a pretty custom, not very many people have this. It is a custom Waggler billet head that's actually taller than a factory head. So this is kind of like their latest and greatest super nasty cylinder head. It is just one of the most beautiful things that I have ever laid eyes on. So got that going. Custom valve cover. We got some cool stuff going to be happening inside of here from the guys at S&S. S&S is going to be taking care of all the fuel system for us. Over here, guys over at Mann, Trevor Mann, really helped us out with the valve train stuff, and got some roller valve train on this baby. And then the front cover here, we got a Beans front cover. Going to be running a couple pumps off the top of this. Really custom, nice piece set up for some dry sump stuff. And here is the big old nasty intake plenum. So NX nitrous is going to be filling up all those ports because we're going to be spraying the house down, of course. That is honestly just a very quick rundown of all of the parts that we're going to be using. We're kind of just going to jump right into assembling this thing. Probably won't happen all tonight. Obviously, it's going to take multiple videos to try, multiple days and videos to kind of put this thing together. I want to go into some specific details on some of the parts in particular, but we're going to kind of save that for when we're actually doing it. So tonight we're going to do some very kind of like basic stuff. We're going to try and get the crank in it, and we need to go actually test the cylinder head on the truck right now as we're making the firewall. So we wanted to get this first video out of the way, kind of go over some parts, but we're just going to jump right into it and start assembling this baby. I feel like you did that extra hard just to do that. Just a good tap. Just a good tap. All right, we had to do it. We had to do it. We just had to put the cylinder head on and the valve cover. Everything's just kind of mocked up sitting there, but man, oh man, this is gonna kind of be what it's gonna look like with the valve covers and the cylinder head and everything just sitting on there with the big nasty intake. But oh man, it's starting to look like a real deal. This has been such a long time in the making. Goodness gracious. If this doesn't do something for you, I don't know what will, fellas. Let me tell you what. Oh, baby. My goodness. Oh, my goodness. I'm speechless. Man, this is the coolest thing in the world. All right. All right, so what we're gonna do, we had to pick this thing up anyway, so we're gonna actually bring the cylinder head over to the shop and put it on the mock-up engine that's in there. We wanna take a look at, like I said before, well, previous videos, this is actually gonna be blocked off. The intake is actually going to be coming from the rear. So what we need to do is we need to try and make sure we got enough room to kind of come around the back side of the engine here. So we wanna mock that up as we're working on the firewall. So we're gonna go ahead and bring this over to the other shop. But man, oh man, heavy breathing, heavy breathing. Oh my goodness. That is the ending point for this evening. Got a good jump start on the engine. Part 2 will be coming up. We'll be going ahead and putting the rods and pistons in next. In the next upcoming video on the billet engine, but good progress thus far. Lots of room for the firewall, so another night, another day of progress, so we're just gonna keep plugging away and getting this truck done. So make sure you guys hit the like button before you leave, subscribe if you have not already, and I will see you guys in the next video very, very soon. See you.